Alright. Hey. Hello, hello, hello. It's been over a month since I last touched this game. I feel kind of bad.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see. Let's do this option. I haven't done this before. Sweet. I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution.
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
I hope you don't hear me
You'll find
opening
the princess
fish
within.
right now. Let's do auto.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, you can hear it? No! Okay, maybe I'll just put it in my mouth and let it melt.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'll take it and I guess I'll just kill her right away.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here,
Oh, yeah, no, you
slaying
totally can't
her is
hear it.
probably doing her
Seeing
a
it on the
favor.
mic.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Yeah, I just won't say anything. I'll just stab her.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yep. I just want to start racing toward the end of this. So apparently this game has multiple endings, which I was not aware of, but that's actually super cool. I guess I should be a bit more mindful about what I do instead of just charging in to kill her, but... Actually, I haven't... The endings I've achieved thus far, I don't think I've willingly wanted to fight her from the get-go. I think. I wonder if an ending is affected if you just never choose to initially initiate things. Let's just stab her.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I think I'd probably get tired of going through multiple lives and deaths at this point.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Could just strangle you. We're used to trained to do it.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I'm not very worried.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
I mean, double tapping is something
It's
I
like
should do.
she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I'm gonna say she's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
I mean, we murdered someone without really thinking
You
about it.
did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in,
I
and
feel
help
like the
ease
older
your
I
guilty
get,
conscience.
the more I dislike the phrasing
But
for
that
the
day
greater
isn't
good.
today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good.
I'm
Everyone
thinking
is
of the
happy.
ending of Soma now.
You'll be happy. This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
I do kind of want to see if we can find a way out of here somehow. Oh, you're playing Monster Hunter right now, right, Ready?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice.
Which
There's only
Monster
one thing
Hunter
it
is
would want
it?
you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not?
Voices doesn't it?
There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you dare.
How are you liking World?
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you, Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
I got the cooker.
The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day
How
you
long
first
do
held
we
it.
have to wait for her to fucking decompose that quickly? There's no insects
You
to
pick
eat
up the
her
blade,
corpse.
you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
A spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
That's...
Those are two very different questions,
See, that
but
wasn't
fine,
bad.
I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is...
Ah.
You died last time. Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too. Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that.
I beg to
Believe it or
differ.
not, I care about you.
Uh-huh.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. Yes, had you failed to... It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Ooh.
Just stay focused, will you? Just be quick about it. She just can. You'll have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
If anything, the world ended after I slew her. When I tried to leave, everything was gone.
That's a good point. How do we know we didn't have things backwards? Maybe slaying the princess was what ended the world, not the other way round. Yes, maybe this whole thing was a trick to get us to end the world. And now we get to go through the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end. But that's assuming she's alive in that cabin. We did kill her, after all. You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here. And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's exactly what we're afraid of. Really? Living happily ever after sounds that bad to you? Oh well, there's no use arguing over your masochism. The cabin awaits. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look,
Alright,
Oh, of course we're special.
I've told you everything.
This is boring. He's clearly not interested in talking, so let's just do as he says, and maybe he'll stop bothering us.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from...
She won't be a problem.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odour of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
I mean, she should be alive, because we should be dead. Right.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous second life proposition. You haven't died. You certainly haven't already slain the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Sorry, I wish I could play Monster Hunter with you already. I get way too much motion sickness playing that game.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago,
And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
Let's take the blade.
you take the blade from the table.
Remember from the
It
demo,
will be
she
difficult to
basically
slay
ended
the
me.
princess and save the
I'm
world
pretty sure
without
she
a weapon.
was about to.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself
these crackers are
feels
stale.
dead. If
No,
the
they were on
princess
sale.
lives here,
Damn.
slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent.
Nobody's here. Naturally.
So, because narration holds such a strong power in how things happen in this game, if I just believe she's not here, does that mean I'm gonna find nothing?
As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Narrator's confused.
Okay, she's definitely dead.
It's just like I told you.
Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
I wonder, because there was always like that second chain here. I wonder if it was originally the princess and the protagonist. They're both chained side by side.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
I mean, a lot.
It's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
I'm into it.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
I don't think I trust her, honestly. I don't know if stabbing her is really gonna do much. Oh, okay.
I see you brought that annoying knife again.
Yeah.
So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
I can apologize to her. Huh. Okay. Can I team up with the ghost? This is a good way to die. So if I let her know that she's gonna end the world, I mean, she's friendly, so I wonder if I die, end up getting locked in this path and continue forward, she's going to become like very much a vengeful ghost.
Yes, obviously things are strange right now. I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened, but you have a job to finish. Finish how? We already did what you told us, and now she's a ghost. You haven't tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you?
I mean, logically, that this thing should not work while she's in this form.
And then what? And then you'll have saved the world. I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world, if that's even still an option. What do you mean, after? You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? Are you going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that. I'm not going to lock you anywhere. What an interesting choice of emphasis.
mean, do you want me to kill myself?
Are we putting this to a vote? Because personally, I'd prefer if we didn't die again.
If that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes down to. But I don't see the point of offing ourselves just yet.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer, but killing yourself wouldn't help either of us.
Huh, so you don't want vengeance.
It would seem that everyone here is in agreement except for you. I shouldn't have to tell you that you shouldn't kill yourself. So please, try to keep your suicidal tendencies in check.
I just want to go home.
No?
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
How specific. And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
Hmm.
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
Yeah, that's such a weird thing.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Do I need to carry your corpse, maybe? Because you're tied to it?
I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
Are you going to possess me?
After all,
Oh!
you owe me.
Oh no, that's what I thought.
Absolutely not.
Not comfortable with that.
Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
Will she become another voice if I let her possess me?
Would she be able to see us? If
That's
we
what
went
I'm
along
curious
with it?
about.
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him.
Oh,
I
what?
wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
Oh, I'm tempted. Whatever, this is just a flashback anyway that's gonna get reformed.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Sure, why not?
I don't trust that. When has a ghost ever willingly, let someone have control of their own body willingly, other than to, just mess with them or if they're, very attached to them personally?
That doesn't sound very reassuring.
It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body.
I'm thinking of a ball right now.
That is a very dangerous train of thought.
Yeah, I'd agree on that point. need to think on this.
Take your time. I know it's a lot to think about, but I'm very good at waiting. How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me.
I wonder what decisions impact the different endings you can get.
All I know is there's a hole in my chest, and not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. You poor thing. That must have
Oh,
been
she
so
doesn't care.
frightening
I don't
for
blame her.
you.
You know, after everything we've been through, it's nice to see someone finally sympathising with us. This whole thing's been an ordeal, hasn't it? She doesn't mean it.
Nope.
It serves you right. I was pretty scared too, when you stood there not saying a word with a knife clenched in your fist. But now you know how bad it hurts to get stabbed in the chest. It sounds like you got exactly what you were owed.
I'm tempted to, if I could just leave or let her take possession of my body. You can't go through walls, can't you sleep on your own?
I wish that's how it worked, but this place won't let me go.
I'll apologize.
Too little, too late. But you can still make things right.
She's not in a position to bargain with us. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. We don't have to do anything, but maybe we should. We did kill her. Wouldn't it be the moral thing to help her now that we have another chance? When a hero slays a monster, does he apologise to it?
I mean, depends.
No.
Hanjiro apologizes to like a good majority of them.
So don't try to make things right. She was going to end the world. You didn't do anything wrong, aside from apparently killing yourself, and that doesn't have much to do with her.
Okay, let's do a save. This is gonna go south regardless of what I do, I believe. Killing her doesn't seem possible with the weapon I have. It's interesting that you can say whether or not she give her the knowledge that she apparently has the power to end the world. I wonder. I'm too morbidly curious. Take my meat bag.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
Not looking forward to this.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
Oh boy.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body, It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Nope.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, whatever the hand thing is that ends up taking her, it's gonna end up taking both of us then now.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor, are they also supposed to be you?
Oh, that's interesting to think about.
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm... a voice? I'm me, is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
It's a party, guys.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
The narrator's very quiet now.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Oh, I don't think you are.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Is she? I wonder if she may start narrating.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Oh, yeah, this would suck.
It's okay. We're almost out of here. Just take it one step at a time and everything will be fine.
Everything won't be fine if you listen to her.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
Wouldn't that be nice? There's only one way to find out.
Let's leave the basement. I'll commit to my decision.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another, or is it the same world reborn?
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its
Oh, the
ascent up
table's
the
here. I
stairs,
didn't even realize that.
staggering through the open door.
Oh wait, no, it's a change of perspective. I'm dumb. Huh.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Too many maybes.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate.
You have terrible agency then.
And whine.
Yeah.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Nah, I'm in the home stretch. Let's walk out that door. March forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. You collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
Oh.
Yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
We're still here.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
Nice. You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
I'm out. You actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, killer.
Don't mention it.
Nice.
I think this was where I'm meant to be.
You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
You do not see the hands, mate?
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
I always feel so bad. The fact the voice of the heroes is scared of the mirror.
You don't need to comfort him.
Hey! I want to.
Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you.
Whatever makes you happy.
You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you look forward. They're gone once again. That mirror always makes them make you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, I never really. I know. Never noticed this part here. You are at the cabin. Approach.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
It's that I'll enter. There's trees and stars, and there are people. I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No, the point of awakening is to find out.
God, this is a mouthful. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? I'm pretty sure that's a no.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
We are sure. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the narrator may not necessarily be a bad character if us killing the princess might push us towards her. But I don't know. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. Huh. I don't want to kill him. And I don't know if he'll have the answers either. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. For what?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
How many vessels have I brought to her? Let's see. One. Six. I really don't know.
You're here to slay her. If you
Hmm. Hmm.
unfortunately, you're the
Start skipping through things.
Of course I mean, does it? Yes. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a Are you serious? Seriously?
It's like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. That's great to hear. As long as you bring that a warning, she will love. Fortunately, we can't just go. The interior of the blade is your.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm not taking it.
The door to the basement, her voice
Hello?
is. Don't let it.
I'm gonna lie.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue?
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I hope you brought something to do.
You were. only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making... No. You're doing... You walk up to the... They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's doubtful.
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt... Is someone... You try the door. You're shout. You're here to... You make it easier for everyone. Look at them.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these...
She barely hesitates before raising her arm as she rips her
Yep.
flesh from her. It's the blade. Or you won't like...
I mean, it wouldn't be unreasonable to want to be like, oh god, they're a monster. Look at them doing that to themselves. Slay the princess.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back.
I mean, that's a shoulder blade. That's not a very good spot to stab.
The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
That's the most arm you've gotten so far.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
She's got both hands for once.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
I mean, she barely looks face. I doubt she was gonna bleed out.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
She does look upset.
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wonder how this will go with them at the final vessel I need. I'll go throw the dog just to see who I've the other voice I've obtained.
A terrible sense of
If he doesn't remember what, brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can
I saw
trust
the
him.
Opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
we could go back and... Those are two very... Let's say, if you're back, we were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options.
Oh man, you're a tosser.
We did our best with the information we were given. And we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what do you mean? Had you failed? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble. And if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we?
Man, you are a tosser.
You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world. Just be quick about it. Like I said, she just... people. Look, oh, of course you're...
Good point. That really explains almost everything.
Ugh, I probably like the voice of the Opportunist the least.
I'm not so sure about that.
You know, you're right. But it explains
Oh my god.
almost everything.
Bruv.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be... Not to sound like... I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So, if we could move this along? Great. Now, if you... A warning. She will...
Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I don't know if this is really the shape of a shelf here, but okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Very different. Maybe that's because... So focus.
Mia?
You walk... What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Let's take the lead.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
She's kind gonna know.
That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty. I mean... Hello?
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss.
Man, this guy has got no balls. Stand your ground.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
I mean, we aren't... It should be obvious.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
I like how she's got hairy legs.
That's pretty
Appreciate
sharp.
that little fact.
How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Internal monologues going on. Princess just standing there. As we stand there in silence.
You fought us on it back in the woods.
Probably look cross-eyed right now.
That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us?
Oh my god. Everyone shut up so I can talk to her.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Yeah. the sense you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
I'm not gonna lie, that what you did would freak out a lot of people, let's be honest. You scared me, okay? And you started gnawing your arm off and scared me, so I stabbed you. Things got out of hand.
Things did get out of hand, didn't they? But it's hard to let bygones be bygones when they led to murder.
I mean, we killed each other.
And you started it.
Sorry.
Oh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Yo, bro, shut up.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Hmm. Me- Yeah, I don't want to fight. We're at an impasse. Neither of us are gonna get anywhere if we can't trust each other. Unless you want to fight, but I don't want to fight.
Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want. The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
This is the most anime of all of them. Even more than, like, the Sailor Moon Princess one. Here, take my blade.
You can't be serious.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no.
As do I. I, abstain?
Nice.
You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the
Oh,
princess's wrists.
nice.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little...
A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now.
I mean, fair's fair.
Luckily for us, you're not her.
Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that.
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever you say next, you better make it count.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Ugh. Alright, it's up to you. That's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's your turn to choose. Okay.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
Am I getting stabbed?
And then
Yep.
she buries the blade in your heart.
What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you. I told you this is
Supposed
what
to
she was
flirt
like
with
to
her?
Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You.
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
Oh,
She
this is
stabbed
different.
us. She actually stabbed us.
Voice of the cheated. Nice.
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway.
I mean, eye for an eye.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things.
Oh, hero.
You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try, exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other. Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
I do like how the hero will just chime in without me even prompting it.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Face is different. Keep changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading.
Hero became Clive. I mean, Clive is very much a, heroic, little good boy. Or, just very heroic is what I should say. He's obviously capable of quite a bit of spite. But, I'm trying to think. At least the most goody two-shoes of the Final Fantasy protagonists. Is it on?
Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
Even now, I'm sure she understands that, but we can see what she has to say for herself. Yep.
Yes, good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room.
Playing both sides isn't necessarily the smart thing. Hey, Daddy Spoon. How do you do? Hopefully you're enjoying your night or day, whatever time zone you're in.
I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself.
Your decider really doesn't know what the heck he's doing, man.
Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our chest.
Good to hear you're doing well. I am doing well too. My sleep schedule is completely messed up, so might as well play games.
If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. And you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
Happens if we just... Well, I mean, I know the answer, but...
She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that's doomed tomorrow is just as bad as a world that's doomed today. I'm not sure I buy that. Everything has to end eventually. If it takes years to get out of there and supposedly end the world, then we've bought everyone that time, and all without having to murder anybody in the process. Not that she's innocent, but murder is unpleasant and risky. It could be a better solution for everyone.
I don't agree with that.
You're here to permanently end the threat she poses. You're not here to temporarily postpone it.
You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice. So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it. Great! Not even he really seems to get what's going on. If the guy who goes around acting like he knows all the rules doesn't even know how this works, what's the point in listening? Then we can all move on, and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. It sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already.
Yeah, I've lost count how many I've sent to the abyss.
I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers have been. Let's see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
The fact there's like thorns here makes me think of two things. It makes me think of, wow, I really need to finish Tears of the Kingdom because of all the thorns that you have to burn sometimes. Second is, I should really upgrade some more missions where we live.
I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too.
I doubt it.
Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
I was not expecting this. Oh, I'm cutting out while talking. Does this sound better? Yeah, I did move the mic away. I didn't want to have everyone hearing me crunch on crackers. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, us already.
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Yeah, I saw that too. Also, this is the first one we've seen color here.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
Hmm?
Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her.
I mean, I do too, so...
Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
Thinking of poppy seeds. Poppy flowers.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
Yeah, they're definitely not roses. I really want to say these are probably poppies. If I remember right, poppies are supposed to mean eternal sleep. Because they're associated with, hypnos, right?
Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
That's pretty. Yeah, there is no door. There's just a mirror.
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go.
Through the looking glass we go?
But there isn't a mirror.
Oh, he still doesn't see it.
I still don't get his angle here. Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. He's either a liar, or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror?
I'm sure once we reach out to it, it's just going to disappear.
I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules.
I'm excited. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and
Aww.
wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
The poppy flowers appear on every path when you're going to your last vessel? That's what I'm curious about.
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you.
Yeah, this is actually pretty frightening. I hate having to go through thorns.
Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
If I get the option and I choose it to try and turn back, I'm pretty positive there's just going to be so much overgrowth I'm not going to be able to come back up.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going. They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage.
These are more than thorns. Look how big they are.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I still remember falling like straight towards the blackberry bush as a kid because I could not stop my bike.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back.
It's a different tone of voice.
I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Save. Yeah, I'm definitely the most excited by this vessel. Figured a way out of good. Want you. How? Yeah, let's find a way out of here.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Is she like a flower person now? Proceed down the stairs. Will you be
You
flame?
continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation.
Yo, this would suck so much to be here. Felt bad for her.
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
I know she has a tiara of thorns, but I thought these were like mini cactuses.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I didn't think it'd be this bad, honestly. Wow. You can be an ass. I'm not choosing this. I don't want to just leave her. I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you if you'll let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
Oh, she also doesn't have shoes or pants. This would suck to walk on. You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
This is all about forgiveness.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
I could cut you out and give you back this blade?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. It does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse.
The voice of the cheated talks in a way that reminds me of Everard Clare. Very nasally.
We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
The princess is so nice. The princess is helping me find my blade. Can I take the blade?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers.
I like how her ears are still pointed from the previous route. That's a nice little touch.
For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon.
I'm slightly worried that these thorns are literally the only things keeping her dress up.
You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it.
Okay, Opportunist, you need to, like, shut up.
We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her right
damn it!
here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
No.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1.
It's 2 against 2.
You don't count.
Oh, nice.
And why shouldn't he count?
I mean, fair's fair, but
Because he's clearly not one of us.
I think he is.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
You can just be like, I just wanted my blade back. You're on your own. Aw. No, I don't want to do that. Let's cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision.
I feel like the Opportunist is definitely someone's dig against someone they aren't a fan of in real life.
I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while.
I can't imagine being in the princess's shoes right now. You're just there, waiting for someone, like, waiting for the person to, like, choose whether or not they're going to stab you again or try to help you. And they're just having this internal monologue and they're just not responding.
See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm.
Dude, your other hand should probably be trying to make it so that when you're cutting this, it doesn't tug into her flesh.
And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
The vegetation's bleeding too.
Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you.
Don't tempt him.
Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right, he's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Oh, I love it.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
I just really hate the people who put us here. Oh, of course I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
Oh, this is the same position as when she's like Sailor Moon route.
Shameful, really, that the same
Yep.
thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
We still have the knife.
You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us.
I mean, the DM presented a challenge, just work around it.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Step into the thorns. Let's cut them out of the way.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
Probably the most normal she kind of looks, honestly, compared to other routes.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
Every time. All I can think of is
What do we
Emmett's
do now? Where's everything going?
Oh,
Why is it so cold?
thorn dress? Yeah. It is literally just a part of her dress now. Those hands are getting thorns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
And this will be the last time I guess we speak, hero.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them. Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. So, this is all going to work out. Finally, we're going places.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. Figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Crow! Explore. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Ah! Okay. Oh. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh. Ah, they even blink! That's a nice touch! I'm quite happy. Ah, okay. Well, I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
I like how it's not like just a normal peak. There's actually teeth.
But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Oh! You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. I see. So you do. Oh man, I have so many questions for you, damn it! Hmm. I feel like I maybe have only 5 questions maximum. So I do want to make it count. If you're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you, after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Yeah, that was a little punishing, huh? You a part of me, or let's see. Yeah. Hmm. Why
Any other
lie?
version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied,
You know, this almost makes me think of. I know you see like the vision of a raven or a crow, but with the mouth the way it is with the teeth, I'm thinking of a rat.
perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
I don't think they made the princess.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. but an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Are you a part of me?
No, I'm not a part
Yeah, that's what I
of you.
thought.
But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Why do you want me to destroy her?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
Why do I... I have too many dialogue options, damn it. Ooh. How did you die?
I killed myself. It had to be done, really. None of this would have worked if I was still alive. Nobody living could know about her.
Oof. 3 more choices. If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Huh. Okay. Ah! I mean, death is a natural thing. But... Oh god, there are too many dialogue options. Bollocks. God, I always knew a special. Oh my god. You have anything to say for yourself?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
I got the Chivo Death of an Author. I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As a final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet. a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Well, is the hill gonna be her? Oh, it's a little scary.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
I was not expecting this. Okay. I'm thinking of those piles of bodies in one of the From Software games. Not like the pile of flesh monster, but something else.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Um, I mean, why not? You eavesdrop?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Oh my god, the burden of dialogue choices. Ugh. Slay the princess.
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
We really just leave.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Ugh. If you're always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul. An endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Yeah.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it. I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
I don't know what to say. I won't engage in violence. I'm like, I've engaged in plenty of violence thus far.
And without contrast, there can be nothing at all. Brutality splashes you against the walls, but with stubborn defiance you rise again and free the one who doesn't know she needs freeing. I didn't know what to make of it then, but I know now. You delivered to me the gift of truth, and now it is my turn to deliver the same gift to you. Do not hide from it.
Ooh, if I had never told her in any of the routes that she could end the world, I wonder how this would play differently, if at all.
Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing.
Yeah, I just didn't want to fight, man.
A rejection of conflict is still conflict. There is no such thing as non-engagement. To refuse a choice is still to make a decision.
Yeah, that's accurate.
All conflict is violence. But to remove conflict itself is to remove the textures that define us. Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
That's actually kind of interesting. I guess it wasn't just complete ineptitude.
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Uh, yeah, no, I still got a thing for you.
Then there's no need for you to fight where we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together, hand in loving hand.
Hmm. Let's talk more if that's a choice I get. Let's see.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
Oh,
What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
I forgot about you. I am not my body, but perhaps others are theirs.
And yet bodies change and consciousness goes on. The infant's body is not the child's, is not the adult's, but the thread of existence remains strung through it all.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Oh boy. Hmm. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Only if I believe it to be.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, yay, they're back. I'm enjoying this ending too much for my own good. You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence.
Oh, I actually see, like how you can see like an eye here.
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I can do this out here on my own. No, I'm accepting his help.
Then let's go.
Oh. Oh my. I guess that's all the
And
concept
here we
work.
are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
That is a horrifying touch, and I am in love with it.
Do you need me to describe things?
Oh my. Sure. Well, is anyone else here? Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin for me for old time's sake? I feel kind of bad asking him this, but yes.
Yeah, of course.
Aw.
The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he?
Guess not.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
Oops.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Good riddance? No. It's funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Flooding this game with mini save files. I'll take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
I mean, the threat is also real. It's very clearly real. Enter the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Talking to a friend.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I mean, I don't want to kill you. And sit with her. Her eyes look very clear. I don't know how else to describe it. Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Oh, that's sad to think about. I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Reset everything. Except there won't be a narrator anymore. That'll be the only difference.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
Yeah, we're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of Nier now. Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
Well, I mean, it's obviously not. Well, I mean, it's my first time doing this, so obviously haven't done this before, but we have the narrator still, the Echo. Although, I guess if we believe her to have that kind of power, she would theoretically bring the Echo, the narrator, back. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Ooh, this is full of so much doubt, and this is kind of just a spiral of anxiety that doesn't really help. I'm gonna choose the other option. This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
Ooh, should I? What would have happened if I didn't take the knife? I guess I'll go down the spiral choice. How do you know that things won't end worse? What if when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you.
Oof, sad.
And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
You'd have to decide to do this every single time. Forever. Eventually, something is going to be different. What if we change our minds?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Oh, it's too late to turn back, man. I'm just gonna be exhausting all my options. I take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god?
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
Mmm. Feels bad, man. Okay, then let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Ah! I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Aw, she's getting teary-eyed. And it reset.
You're on a path in the
Oh,
woods.
the narrator is back.
And at the
Okay.
end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh. I don't even get you options. It really did just go all the way back. Ugh. Hmm. Hmm. Let's turn around and leave. Oh! Well then, I guess that was a fitting choice for this. Well, that was one of the endings to this. Ooh, look at those Patreons. Nubs! Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Huh. Okay. I'll screenshot that. Hmm. Going to Discord. I'm already part of the subreddit. Yeah, I did breathe heavily there. Can't help it. Always feel sad at the end of the game. Turn to the main menu. Make your playlist. Oh. Neato. Alright. I am curious what other choices for the other endings are gonna look like. So let's load. sure it'll just be... Okay, so... Let me continue from here, then I'll backtrack. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Slay the princess.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged, and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. The world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Ooh. Mmm. Mmm. Ooh. No, she's not a small part of her is with us. I mean, theoretically, then, we'd need to die as well.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
There's nothing left out there. I'm sorry, buddy. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. Oh, you can actually, okay. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty campus. But there's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, conforming you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
Oh god, I'd go crazy if I had all these voices jabbering at me all the time.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
This does not feel satisfying.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
I don't. That world still looks very much not in a good place.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
I hope this was all worth it, because I'm
personally inconsolable.
I am too, buddy. I am too.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe. Well then, I guess the only thing left to do is figure out what happens next.
A new and unending dawn. Huh. Hmm. On a less gloomy note, I do know that the person, forget their name, who does the voice for the princess, has definitely done some joke dialogue that's floating around that I've been seeing. It's definitely worth looking up. Okay. Anything different?
It's quite.
Okay, like it. No! What did I do? Okay, I wanted to go back to that previous point. No, no. I want to load and not do a dumb thing. Okay, let's get back to that point.
It's good to be. She's too. There's still a piece of me.
It's time to
She's relentless. Then let's go.
Okay, let's see what the dialogue is if I choose not to take the blade.
And here we are. Do you? It's just. Yeah. Come to. There's no mirror, and I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Center.
Blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Okay, let's see. I think I'll just get trapped here.
The stairs. Do you remember the first?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or?
It sounded just like that. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different.
That's nice.
Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Let's save here. Alright.
No.
I don't want to be
Honestly,
God.
me neither.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
It's like, I don't want to be the third wheel. Are you going to be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Leave with the princess. You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend. A comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see attention sees her. She is unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. Yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
I mean, I already said that before. Kinda want to again, but... Are you ready?
Of course I am. Are you?
Aw, that's cute. Okay, so... Yeah, that was the thing I was like, kind of on the fence about, so not taking the blade was the right choice. Because it kind of sets the tone of, I'm taking this because I think I may have to use this, versus I'm not going to give myself that option. Alright, let's see. Let's see about giving in. I'm ready, I want to be with you. Stop the fight early and surrender.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Oh, that makes sense though, because the other ending mentioned how there was a piece of you and her and you, so... For this to happen, she'd need to have you to do this. Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from... Oh, slightly different from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in an agonized tension to a finite plane. Yeah, same dialogue.
I love you.
Oh, she says it first this time. Okay. Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. I'm sorry, just looking at this just makes me think of like the Nier Automata Raiden 14 with the chlorination boss you deal with. Um, I won't say much more, but eh, those are some effects. I was not, I was not expecting that. I don't know what to think about this. You are free, and she is with you. Grass growing?
It's magnificent.
My eyes hurt. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. I don't think I like that ending very much. Your gods. Now you just exist forever in eternal passion, love, and violence forever. Yeah, I guess you are us already. Let's... So those seem like... I think those are the only endings right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but... And I know that they're gonna have a DLC, or expansion, something along those lines, set in the future at some point. So I'm curious to see what they're going to add to this. But before I end stream, I do want to see what the other dialogue options are for the narrator. Yep. Okay. So I didn't choose this one, so you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh, I just realized in that one ending where you guys get to walk out together, I still have the freaking voice of the simp who's gonna be like, I didn't get to walk out with her, but I guess she'll be happy, so I'll just have to believe that the decider is going to treat her right. I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
If you want me to slay her, I need to know what she actually is.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself, and like I said,
we had this dialogue.
this isn't the end.
Okay. What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work? Can we just stay here together and leave the people out there alone?
It wouldn't work. Her nature as the shifting mound makes it so nothing can last forever as it is now. It wouldn't matter how long the two of you waited. Eventually she would find a way to leave. And then everything would change. Everything would face oblivion.
So that kind of sets the other path as kind of like, it's not going to be a happy ending, but I'm going to puff some copium and believe that because of my previous playthrough, I didn't ask this question, I didn't have this knowledge, therefore it should potentially be okay.
And until then, the clock ticks on.
Let's see. What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever.
That doesn't sound necessarily good either.
There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Why did you make her a princess?
I didn't make her a princess, but I wove the idea of her into something your scattered mind could fathom. You chose for that something to be a princess.
Huh. I mean, that would imply that from the get-go you wouldn't want to have slain her. People out there, do they know about this?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
So the end is nigh. Regardless, this is kind of... Sir, this is copium from you. Hmm. question. Getting close to it. Why did I choose a
Are
princess?
you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? Whatever you viewed her as needed to map on some level to what she was. You couldn't just pick something arbitrary and beneath you. I don't know why you settled on a princess specifically, but clearly a princess is what you wanted.
Now, we definitely did not want to instinctually want to hurt her.
Maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
Oh. I'm gonna have to do another one of these, okay. Let's ask the stupid question. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
This will just be upsetting to him. Oh, I'm on the fence.
I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Ooh.
I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Okay, let's... Okay. I have so many questions for you.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
What is this? Where are
Construct.
we?
It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
You think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Ugh, feels bad.
Because among and
You said she contains death. What is she?
she is the shifting mound.
Okay. You want me to destroy the concept of transformation? Is it different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
Oh, you're delusional. slice of soggy bread. I didn't catch that at first. I just caught the comment about an ant.
I'm only delusional if I'm wrong. But I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Oh, I don't want to go down this chain over and over again. Okay, I'll make my last question stuff here.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
But I've died plenty of times.
You haven't. You've flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
Okay, let's load. Why would you want the world?
If you
Yeah.
need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't. You have.
Okay, let's go down. I think there's a new one. This is a pretty dumb question, not gonna lie. And how do you know everybody else doesn't also experience death the way I do?
They obviously don't. You experience death the way you do by design and by your unique nature. I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades
Okay.
away. You know what you have to do.
Alright. So, I think I've played all that I've wanted to play thus far with this game. So I should probably pack up and go to bed because it is almost 2 a.m. right now. I should really sleep. Or at least relax and try to sleep at the very least. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody has a lovely rest of their night and day and whatnot. And take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.